Welcome to Prison Talk. 12/16, December 16. Welcome to Prison Talk. Now, we're going to wait till we get a couple of people in here, get this thing started. All right. But there's a whole lot that I've been looking into that's going on. And it's like time to address a lot of things because we have to let the people know what time it is, you know? What's up, Paradise? You know? But Friday night, we got Grown Folks Talk Friday night. All right? Just so everybody know what time it is. Friday night, we got Grown Folks Talk. Today, we're doing the Prison Talk. I'm just waiting on the people to come in. They're coming in. Salute, family. You know what I mean? But I got a nice, interesting show for you tonight that's real informative and helpful that I think would help a lot of the brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? How to, you know, help their family members, friends, loved ones, or even themselves. God forbid they wind up, you know, faced against the penal system. Because that joint ain't no joke, man. You know? That joint ain't no joke. All right, Devon Riley, I see you, baby. All the way from Norfolk. You know we in the house, you know? But we here, and we're going to start the show. I'm going to bring up Jocelyn, you know? And we're going to kick it real quick. Jocelyn's an ex-correction officer. You know, we call him CO in the system. So, you know, when I say CO, I'll be referring to her, you know, because I wasn't into all that old correction officer and all that other crap. You know what I mean? So now we're going to go, and I'm sure Jocelyn's going to tell you how she would have checked the old loud mouth, foul dude like me. You know what I mean? I'll tell her how I handled her. You know what I mean? And that's what this going to be about. We're going to keep it 100. All right? So we're going to bring old Jocelyn up here. I got Miss T down here that's going to break it down from a probation officer point of view. You know what I mean? They try to check me on a couple of things. You can't hear me down there? You know what I mean? Everybody can hear me? You know what I mean? All right. So everybody can hear me. So we're going to roll. So Jocelyn, how you doing? Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Jameson.
Okay. Where you from?
I'm formerly from Harlem, but reside in the Bronx at the moment.
Okay, so we on the joint and we talking about, you know, she's an ex-correction officer, and
Yes, I am.
you know, Lady K, what up? You know, my thing is that I want you to understand. Where was you at in the state?
Oh, I did a couple of jails. My training jail was Fishkill. Then one of my main jails was Mid-Orange. I came off of maternity leave. I had a baby. When I went back, I was Green Haven. My last jail was Bedford Hills. So I did both spectrums, male and female.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So which one went at you the most?
Both, to be honest with you.
Okay.
At the end of the day, see, here's the thing. What I was trying to say earlier is that I learned a lot working in the prison systems. And one of the things that I've learned is that you be yourself. You can't be anybody else. I'm from the hood, so the Harlem and all that never bothered me. And I never went back and forth with anybody because I understand at the end of the day that my people, they have issues. They had issues before they came in, and they had family issues. They had other issues before they came in. And so I pretty much knew how to deal with them. So if you was having a bad day, I tried to get to the bottom of it. If you kept disrespecting me, I just put the paper to the pen. I'm not arguing with nobody. Or the pen to the paper, I should say. It was never an argument. Listen, I'm trying to work with you, and this is how it's going to go. I want everybody to have a good day. I need to make it home. I don't want to do no extra time. I don't want to be mandated if I don't have to. Don't fight on my time. All that good stuff. But a lot of the times I ran into a lot of the young ones, and the young ones, I felt like they didn't have a lot of guidance. They had a lot of family issues. I would talk to them. I was knee deep in it with them. So I've had a lot of good times in there. And it wasn't the inmates that gave me the problem. It was more of the higher ups. They expect you. Yeah, like your captains, your
I understand what you mean,
sergeants. Because at some point they want you to treat them unjust, and I didn't have it in me to do that. Now, if you did something, I got that.
Okay. Well, I'm here to give both spectrums, even though it might sound a little wild. Come on, you know. So I'm gonna give it to you 100. Yeah.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Now, beautiful young lady like yourself working in the prison. You know what I mean? As soon as you come in, they look at you as meat. Not just the inmates, because they don't have a life. They can't get nobody out there. That's why they come into prison. They try and treat us like crap, you know, because they don't have a life. So you already know how it is. They go home. I would tell the COs this and it piss them off. I tell them, I already know when you go home, you know what I mean? The cat shit on your leg, you know what I mean? The kid throw up on your shirt, you know what I mean? The wife ain't giving you none. And you know,
right.
son is in the living room with his homie smoking weed, you know what I mean? And you got no respect in your house. So now you come in here and you trying to run my house. You know what I mean?
A lot of the times, I'm not gonna hold you, you'll see COs bring their personal problems in. And what it will do is cause ruckus with the other people, the inmates or whatever. Everything will be fine, but once, because you're having a bad day, because your husband cheated on you, or your wife did something, or today just wasn't a good day. It didn't have to be that. It could have been your kids. Because at the end of the day, as a CO, you still have your own problems. You have your own family. A lot of things go on, but you have to learn how to separate your life from that life, because it's a jungle and it's two different lives.
Tell them, sis. I like when you talk that talk.
It's two different lives. So you have to leave your problems on the outside of those prison walls. Walk in there with that game face, take off those little girl panties and put on your thongs or something, and get up in there and do what you're supposed to do. Put on your grown folks panties and get up there and do what you got to do. But like I said, it's not so much to treat them unjust. They're already in there serving time. They're already in there for whatever they're doing. That has nothing to do with you. As long as you can maintain your house, as long as you have a respect for them, they'll show you respect. They'll show you respect. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to be nasty. I never had to be that way. Because let me tell you something. It may seem from afar, especially if they've been in there long. They sniff you. So if you're going to be at you better be at for the whole 25 years of your career, because if you don't, and you slip up.
Try not to curse because YouTube have a fit with that.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you slip okay, if you slip up and then you want to be nice one day and then an a-hole the next night, it doesn't work like that. So if you're a nice person, just be a nice person.
And you know, I'm glad you said that, right? Because one of the issues that we got in the prison is you got COs that, like I said, you know, they having trouble on the outside even functioning in society. You know what I mean? So they coming in, the life they have is in there. I've had COs, you know, that I've pissed off. I'm talking about, I know I pissed them off. You know what I mean? But his shift ended. You know what I mean? So I tell my man trying to go home to your wife. You know, she can't suck you off right anyway. You're looking for a boy in the prison. You know, I say something I know is going to piss him off. You know what I mean? Look, and then the next day he come back to work. You know what I mean? And as soon as he come on, before he even put his bag down, he walked by my cell, ripped my door open just to let me know he ain't got to knock and he could do it. He'll stand there and he'll look at me. And I just sit there and I look at him. And I'd be like, man, I know you didn't bring that from last night in here. I told you she wasn't going to suck you off right. You know what I mean? Now you bringing your problems in here on me. Leave that joint out the door, man. That was yesterday.
Nah, but you also have a lot of people, because I know some, that you weren't tough in the streets. You wasn't like that. You put that blue uniform on and you become something different.
Thank you.
And so when them inmates knock you out, because I've seen it happen.
And that's what I mean by dude just ripped the door like he cut like that. And then he don't say nothing because he know he can't say nothing, but he just looks at me. So then, of course, I say something slick. You know, some days I just felt like messing with him just because I could.
Right.
Just to let them know where they at. But that's the only thing I didn't understand, how they could take a problem home and bring it back the next day. Whatever you did for that whole 18 hours, when you came back, you should have came back as a whole new person and say, man, screw that.
But see, that also depends on the person. Some people hold on to things. Some people know how to let things go. Like, I looked at it like, this is my job. Like, when people make such a big deal out of it, I'm like, this is an 8-hour job. Just like you go to your other job and you may get an hour break. It's the same thing on the inside. It's just that you really have to be a people person and you really have to know how to deal with people, putting them in check without being nasty. Because like I said, I'll put you in check quick and I ain't got to say nothing really. I'm not doing it. That's it.
You know what? I'm gonna turn this up, man. I'm gonna turn this up.
Turn it up.
I'm gonna give them all angles of doing time in aspects that they probably never dreamed of. But I'm gonna bring Miss T up here. You know what I mean? As a counselor who come in. Miss T, you ready? I'm gonna bring you in. You ready, Miss T? Could you hear me? Oh, she can't hear me. Check with Miss T. Call Miss T. See what's up. She can't hear me because I want to bring her in. You know, Miss T. Unmute your mic. Your mic is mute. Now you go. Say something. Turn your mic up, sis.
Pressing it. Oh, I'm saying I can hear you, but when you start talking after a while, The static comes.
Okay. All right. Well, I ain't gonna talk that long now. I'm just gonna shoot my shot and back up. All right. Lower yourself a little bit so they can see you. There you go. All right. See that you ain't representing New York with your fitted. You know, we're gonna put you on blast. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to be repping New York. But now, Miss T, you work. Tell them about who you are and where you have worked, so they know who you are.
Okay. I'm Miss T. Hello, everybody. I'm from the Bronx. I work for Department of Probation. I work with 16 to 24-year-olds. I'm in a high crime unit. I deal with everything from gangs, guns, scammers, grand larceny, you name it. And most of the time, what I see is that there's just no guidance. There's no guidance and there's lost hope, right? And then we can't blame them for the lost hope because, like we talked about before, the OGs is not the OGs anymore. The OGs are turning their backs. Got a 9 to 5 now. They don't want no parts. Even a lot of them, when they come home, they be like, oh, I'm not with that shit no more. But what they were supposed to do is come home and help the community and help the young ones, not get a job. Now they never, you from the streets. Like, okay, if you went up top or whatever and they taught you to calm your ass down, then you bring that back, but it's different when somebody did 25 years versus the 5 years and the 10 years. So it's like a lot of the times when I'm sitting with parolees versus probationers, they don't understand. You're not going to prison. You're going to Rikers. You're not going to prison. So you go to jail for 6 months, 2 years, fight your case, and then you get on probation. So you never touched upstate, right? So right now, the jails is wild. But people think since I know my mans and them, they in there, I'm gonna be good. And then everybody's flipping. There's no more loyalty. There's none of that. Nobody's their own man. So the unfortunate part is that all their fathers was in jail, right? So they either their fathers were in jail or their fathers are dead. So now it's the blind leading the blind. So now it's all these gangs that's supposed to be blood that don't know nothing about nothing, forming in their own little clique. So it's like roaches right now. And it's unfortunate that nobody is going in these hoods and snatching them up and saying, yo, let me go talk to somebody who's calling shots, right? Because if you was calling shots, there was somebody else before you who was calling shots, right? So it only takes us to take care of us. But yet we're killing each other, right? And nobody is marching for that. Nobody coming through the hood mad until they little mans get killed. Now it's this block against that block. When it shouldn't be like that. You could eliminate that. We would be a terror if we got together and we made money together and we claiming these projects and tatting it and they throw your grandmother on her head if you get locked up for a gun. Your grandmother, your mother, she out of the projects. But yet you got the tattoo on your arm, right? So the lost identity is it's just disheartening because that's what I deal with. I deal with young men that come in my office and they looking at the floor, right? Because one, they don't trust me. They don't trust me yet. So they'll sit there and be like looking at the floor and I tell them, you know what? We're going to do this every time you come. You want to look at the floor, I'm not going to say anything. So where it just breaks them like, all right, what do I have to do? I'm like, all you got to do is tell me about yourself. I
What's
don't
the age bracket?
16 to 24.
Okay.
Right? So it doesn't matter what's on paper. You could have banged somebody in the head. Whatever you did. By the time I come to your house, now I know your story. You sleep on the floor, right? So if you sleep on the floor, you barely had a meal last night. When you come in the office, we don't need other officers that I saw address them like, yo, young man, pick your pants up. No, say hello because he's a human being, right? So when they stop getting treated like human beings and get treated like animals, then that is what they're going to project. And that is what they're going to do. If you look at me that way, before I got here, my mother probably told me I wasn't going to be, right? Or my father's not around, right? So now when I get over here and I'm in trouble, now I got an officer telling me, stand up, sit down, piss over here, go over here. You're gonna go to jail if you pick up a gun. That's not the story. That's not the guidance. Right now, it looks crazy because when I'm sitting there, it's unfortunate that I'm like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Because every time they coming outside, they scared. So when they don't want to do things, I got kids that will call me at 2 o'clock in the morning because it's time to retaliate. It's time for get back, right? So they're like, Miss T, I'm trying to walk a straight path. I don't know how to tell them I can't do this no more. Y'all can't hear me?
No.
Oh, so they don't know how to say I can't do this no more. I'm not in the gang no more. They can't say that. If you ask a kid right now, they be like, yo, I can't say that. I want to. I don't want to do it no more, but I can't. That is for all the kids that's walking out here with no father, with no big brother, with no real OG, right? So I got to tell them, you know what you're going to tell them? Your PO is on her way. They got to get away from your door. Now that's their out. Imagine the kids that don't have an out. Imagine the ones that's sitting there like, damn, I got to go run this drill. I got to go with them. And now half of these kids are coming outside and busting these guns, and they don't even know what they're doing. They shooting from down the block. So mind you, there's somebody grandmother, there's somebody kid getting hit because the guidance is off. And I'm not saying that they're supposed to be guided because they need to know how to shoot. But what I am saying is like, where y'all giving the guidance at? If y'all not even giving them the guidance out here to go get they op, or this shit ain't about money. Nobody is telling these kids that, listen, you're going to lose your life for nothing. You got an OG telling a 17-year-old, take this. Don't worry about it because I'm going to send you some Jordans. Take this charge. Hold this gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so sad. And now there's so much trauma because they're not taught to deal with death. When we experienced death, it was our aunt from cancer. It was from old age. They dealing with a 14-year-old friend getting killed. And you telling them to have a heart. Nobody's hugging these kids or telling them they love them. That's over. So why do I care about your life? Who is going to tell me to care about your life? Nobody care about mine. Nobody didn't care about my best friend. So when they outside and they angry and they mad, it's fuel to the fire because everybody is turning their backs. And if we don't come together as a community and say, you gotta stop, it's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse. And I ain't going to hold you. There are some OGs that's scared of these little ones. That be like, yo, fuck that knucklehead. I ain't business with them. They never going to change, right? But they be forgetting that you was them. Like, how are you saying that and you was them? When you look in that young man's face, you was that same person. So how dare you, whether you went to jail or whether you've been through it, how dare you say fuck them? Because you know what's going to happen? Your sister, your daughter, your grandmother going to walk out the building and get hit by that stray bullet for the same little kid that you said, fuck them. They never going to change. You're not giving them a reason to. You're not giving them the proper tools. So right now, we losing. We losing all the way. We losing. They say there's nothing out here. That's a lie. There's money out here, right? And sometimes these men need to walk out and buy these little boys a coat. Because guess what? It's mostly the ones that don't have it that will take your head off. They don't give a shit about this young man that might be in Catholic school standing there with a coat that his mother brought. Why do they care about that? But then you have the same average drug dealer or 9 to 5 getting a couple dollars and know they see you starving and won't buy you a sandwich, won't buy you a $5 hat. And then they want to know why they bugging. Because you don't care no more. You forgot where you came from. So when they get in the cars and buying those bottles, these kids out here starving in a stick-up gang and outside swiping Metro cards, the community forgot. These same OGs forgot where the fuck they came from.
Watch the language.
I'm sorry. So when my kids, and I call them my kids, when my kids come in my office, I do my best to guide them. I let them be themselves. I let them curse. I let them say what they want to say. And then I try to connect with their parents like, listen, please don't preach to them. Don't do that. There is a balance. Yes, you have to be a parent. You can't always be a friend, but you have to find balance and you have to evolve and you have to be in this world. Because if they shot somebody or they robbed somebody, they guess who they need to tell? They need to tell their mother or whoever is close to them, Mommy, this is what I did. I don't know what I did. I'm wrong. I don't know, but I need somebody because they railroading these kids in these jails. But nobody has nobody to confide in or tell or hold them down. So we need more advocacy for free. For free. They need to all the OGs that had lawyers help them and all that type of stuff. Those kids are sitting in there by themselves with the judge. With the judge and the Bronx defenders, like, take that charge. You ain't you this is what you gonna get. And nobody's with them. Not a mother, not an aunt, not a sister. These kids go to court by themselves. And when a judge look up and they don't see nobody with them, they throw the book at them. So it's like, for people that's listening, they need to understand that your free time on your hands when you just out, you see somebody in your community, grab them up and hold them down, because one life out of 10 is a lot. So if I got 25 on my caseload, I may have 2 just can't save them, but the rest, they fall in line because I tell them I care about them. I'll call them. Yo, you in the house? I heard they were shooting over here. Citizen app said XYZ. Take a picture. Oh, matter of fact, watch this movie so me and you could talk about it. Right? So they get an understanding of relationship because that's gone. So these young men don't respect these young girls because these young girls forgot their place too. They out here spitting in these men's face, slapping them, inviting them to a penis that they don't have. Right? So as the respect is all the way gone. I make these young men bring their girlfriends to my office to tell them we don't play cops. We don't play cops if you mad because he was talking to a girl. So now you calling the cops on him and telling them he got a weapon. And now these cops is looking for somebody with a weapon because then there's no home training, there's no guidance, and nobody is giving these kids hope anymore at all. So it's just unfortunate. It's just the youth is so lost and they're not guided and they're traumatized. They are losing their friends left and right, and they are told to just get back up and keep going. Can you imagine that? We didn't experience 14, 13 years old and going to a funeral and then getting told, wake up and go to school and smile and do what you're supposed to do. Nobody's dealing with it. So as much as we walking around saying, young man, you better do this, you better do that. How you doing? How you feeling? You need a hug. Because it's serious out here. So a lot of times while these kids is out here moving the way that they move, they hurt. So hurt people. So it continues to go and go and go and go because we're acting like they not going to funerals, like they not wearing a childhood friend on their neck. Like it's so crazy when you got to look at your kid and be like, take 13 of those chains off your trophy. I got boys. I hug them every time. I tell them I love them every time they walk out that door. I'm always scared. I don't know if they're going to walk back home. I'm on their phone. I'm tracking them. I don't sleep till my kids is 19 and 25. And I'll be like, I see you over here. I wish I could do that for 25 probationers. Because they want that. They could be mad all they want. Yo, Mom, I'm over here, all right. They phoned out, they going to somebody else's phone. Mom, I'm over here, I'm okay. But can you imagine that? The mothers that sleepless nights or the ones that already lost their kids. It's crazy out here. And if people don't start having some type of compassion, I was hoping that 2020, although it's been crazy, that opened up some hearts and that opened up some eyes. And that just said people dying alone. These people that was sick was in the hospital by themselves. we have too much family. We have too many friends. We have too many kids that we know that we need to just grab a hold of them and just say I love you sometime. Because love wins. Love trumps everything. You'd be surprised by just asking somebody how you really feeling. Can I help you? It takes you a long, long way. So everybody that's watching, please have a heart. Please stop walking past what you already see that's happening. Because the only people that's going to save us is us. That Black Lives Matter did not come from us. We did not make that. So let's not get jaded by that. We are the only people who can save us. You know, if anybody have questions or whatever, but this is not a job for me. Like you see this that I'm wearing on my arm. This is a nephew, like lost his life. I got more. It's real
last,
like
last week I bought my brother from DC, Larry Moe and Moochie. They lost a son.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? That's on your end. Okay, my bad.
You can hear him, Jocelyn?
Yeah.
Well, why I can't hear him?
Okay, hey, Jocelyn.
Yes.
And Miss T, just so y'all know, you're dealing with younger men. You know what I mean? You're dealing with younger men, so you know what I mean. You don't get the aggressive. You know what I mean? Disrespectful. You get the young that you know is just, you know what I mean? Like you said, lost, right?
Right. No, but I'm gonna cut you off. But we deal with the parolees also. So the probationers, I have my hand on them, right? But we have every week, well, not now, but every week we have the parolees come. And they come home. They may not be equipped with technology. They don't know how to do certain things because they're just coming out into the world, right? Right. So, but some of them are coming home angry. Right. So when they sitting across from the probationers, you'll have me in the middle saying, you know, each one teach one, right? We're trying to prevent them from going where you were, right? So when we're trying to do that and trying to help them understand, like, listen, where he's at, he did 18, he did 25 years. They suck. These grown men are sucking their teeth. Man, why the F I gotta be here? What the F this and that? And then I gotta tell them, like, you here because that could be your son.
Well, these are the old dudes you're talking to?
These are the old dudes. These are the old dudes that are angry, right? Because either some of them don't know how to ask for help. Remember we talked about not being able to read, right? So you'll have them sitting there like, y'all got this stuff on the board or y'all passing these papers out and I can't read that, right? So it's like, I'm mad. I don't want to hear that shit. And I don't care about Ty over here. If he want to do that, that's his MFing business. This is the conversation. I'm right here. Parolees are right here. 30, 40, 50, 60, sucking their teeth. Why am I here for this BS? Then you got the little kids like, see, they don't care about us. These are two sides. This is the future right here. And they looking in the mirror. So it's not that I don't deal with the older population by telling them what they need to do or whatever have you. So my hands are on the younger generation, but I deal with the older population trying to help them understand, like, you may feel helpless right now because you're coming out into this big world and you may be scared. Miss, I ain't scared. I am not scared. I just want to get the F out of here.
Listen, let me bring some clarity to what you're saying that might help you to understand. I'm in the inside with these men for 26 years. You know what I mean? Now, I went in, I couldn't read or write. Like I said, I was angry too. You know what I mean? I jumped on the police, wound up in ADX, did 5 years on the ground and all that. You know what I mean? So I came in, did my animal years too. But once I got myself together by getting around men, like you said, that pulled me up, that say, yo, youngin, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You know, boom, 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 boom. And they give me the game. So now I got the game, so now I know how to move. Now, they throw me back in the system where they got the regular guys that didn't have this 5 years to lay down to learn yourself. You know what I mean? And I come out and they put me in a unit and they got like 180 dudes in there and 8 TVs and, you know what I mean? And, You know, they playing cards, and it looked like, you know, one big recreation center in the unit that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
This gets to be the pattern every day. You got these few TVs. You got dudes that say every day he's out here watching this. So that means every day this TV is supposed to be on his program because that's what he's watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's ready to kill you for that TV. You know what I mean?
But can I say this much? So because I've worked from two sides of the spectrums, from the prisons, and I was a mental therapist, so I worked with kids from 2 to 18. So let me just first say this. It starts from the home. And when you're not getting it from the home, they go to the streets. And bigger than that, there's people in the streets, like you said, that's knowledgeable. And this is where it takes a whole village to raise one child. And at the end of the day, as a Black CEO, I am a part of that village. So when I worked in the prisons with the older men, I used to have conversations with them like, I'm 5'1". You like me telling you when to take a bath, when to take a shower? They have all of these programs in there. Instead of you fighting and arguing, go use those programs. Go use those, because they're taking them out the jails now.
I know.
They don't have those programs. You was able to get your whole master's in jail. They shutting it down. So instead of you arguing with the next person, because your wife left you, I get it, and I had a lot of that. Miss J, my girl done cheated, she done left, and then I would mess with them like, so what did you do before you went in? I wasn't that good, Miss J. Well, let's be real about it. But while you in here, why don't you take all of that negative energy and let's turn it into a positive energy? So you have to be, you're not there. I mean, they're there to serve and protect, but you're not there to try to overbear them and rule them. You're there to guide them.
Right.
Whether older or younger. I had people I was 60 talking to like, you want to keep doing this? This is repetitive, systematic. You have children. What are you showing them? Those are the conversations that need to be had.
Right.
Even coming from a younger person. When I was a TR, I was 32 years old.
Hold on. That's basic crap.
It worked for me. I don't know about it being basic crap, but you know what? It's basic crap if you don't want to change your life.
No, that's what I'm going to get at. I'm going to tell you.
It's basic crap if you don't want to change.
Listen. Hear me out. When I say that, because I'm giving you from another point of view.
Yo, you know what time this is. Unique, the Harlem legend, the icon, the kingpin. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like my joints. Make sure you comment on the joints. And make sure you share this joint. All right, make sure you hit the notification button so you're notified when the videos come in. You don't want to miss it. And make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Unique Mecca Audio got it going on. All right. Hey, make sure you get this joint. It's bananas. A Roaring Harlem at aroaringharlem.com. You ain't gonna find another better book. Yo, get this joint while supplies last, because I'm telling you, the best book you're gonna read, 5 stars, it's crack.